Gaming has changed a lot since I was a kid. I've gone through several generations of gaming, starting with the Nintendo, the Super Nintendo, and the Sega Genesis, all the way up to where we currently are, in the current generation, with the Switch 2 just launching, PC gaming bigger than it's ever been, and PlayStation and Xbox getting ready for possibly their next generation of consoles in the next few years. So today I want to talk about why I personally believe that as a gamer, what will get you both the best experience, the widest range of games available to you, and just the overall level of highest satisfaction would be a combination of PC plus Nintendo. And this is something I find I don't see too many people talk about because it seems like it's almost as if there is a very small overlap between the PC fan base and the Nintendo fan base. And I think that's very curious because in my mind, PC and Nintendo, Valve and Nintendo, I should say, have been learning from each other a lot. So over here, we got the Nintendo Switch 2, and in my other hand over here, we got the Valve Steam Deck. And I love both of these things, man. I get good use out of both of these things. I'm recording this from my gaming PC. So, for me, at this point, I used to be one of those people who had everything. I had the PlayStation, I had Xbox, I had the 3DS, I had like everything back in the day, right? But over time, I slowly started to transition towards only PC plus Nintendo. And I've found that that's overall been the best experience for me. It's kind of given me the best amount of games with the most versatility. I'm able to carry around like hundreds of games very easily. If I just put my Steam Deck and my Switch 2 in my car, I'm basically carrying around like 100 plus games installed there, right? So coming back to it, why do I feel that PC plus Nintendo is such a better experience than what anything else could really offer you? So let's look at a few things. PlayStation and Xbox at this point are not really making consoles with real exclusive games like they used to back in the day. Back in the day, if you wanted to play Gears of War and Halo, you had to get an Xbox. These days, it sounds like Microsoft is trying to bring their games to other platforms. They're possibly going to put Halo on PlayStation. We're possibly going to have Master Chief Collection on Nintendo Switch 2. And of course, all those games now are available on PC. They're on PC Game Pass. It's very easy to access all those Microsoft games. With PlayStation, they have a bunch of so-called exclusives, but really, as far as I can tell, the only real exclusives they have are Gran Turismo 7 and Astrobot, and who knows if those games are going to come to PC one day. God of War, Spider-Man, The Last of Us, all these Ratchet and Clank, all these games that used to be PlayStation exclusives, they really aren't anymore. You can get them on PC. You can buy them on Steam. And you can probably get a much better price for those games than you would on PlayStation. And if you have a powerful enough PC, you can run them at better settings than PlayStation 5 Pro can even run them. This past decade, starting from the 20 series of NVIDIA GPUs, has kind of been a revolutionary one for PC gaming, I feel. DLSS technology, the AI upscaling, the ray tracing, frame generation, all these new technologies that NVIDIA has sort of crafted and is doing better than any other hardware company out there with their tensor cores. They have created a lockhold on the PC GPU market because everybody just wants an NVIDIA GPU. You know that with an NVIDIA GPU, they're expensive. You're going to be able to run games at good frame rates. They're going to look damn good. If you want to do ray tracing, frame generation, and all that other stuff, you get access to those technologies as well, which can improve the visuals of your game, increase the smoothness of your games, and just overall give you a better experience. So, a few misconceptions people might have about PC gaming is PC gaming is only you sitting at a desk with a mouse and keyboard. And yeah, PC gaming can be that. Or PC gaming could be you with a computer hooked up to a sofa. You can essentially use it as you would a console. You can freely switch between having your PC output at a desk or a TV. Or you could do what I do sometimes. I actually run games from my PC and I stream them right here to my Steam Deck. So games like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth that the Steam Deck struggles to run because those are such demanding games, or say Black Myth Wukong or whatever, you can actually run those games on your PC and stream them to your Steam Deck. Kind of like a PlayStation Portal. But it doesn't even have to be a Steam Deck. You could stream to a tablet, a laptop, a phone, whatever you want. PC gives you all this versatility. And really, if you think about it, PlayStation games are on PC, Microsoft games are on PC. You know what you can't get on PC is Nintendo games. And the only way to do that is through emulation, which now we see Nintendo cracking down on very hard. And it seems they have embedded a lot of technologies into the Nintendo Switch 2 that is going to make emulation and piracy of Nintendo games far, far, far more difficult. Of course, they're going to attempt that, but it's probably going to be a much tougher road ahead. It may take many, many, many years before Nintendo Switch emulation is really a thing that's properly functioning, before games being uploaded online and then playable in a Nintendo Switch 2 emulator. I don't know when that's going to happen. I assume it will one day, but at this point, we're not even sure if it will. With Nintendo, you have a system that has one of the greatest libraries of games ever, essentially. Like, just here, like, we got a bunch of good stuff here, like Mario Kart World, Smash Ultimate, Pokemon Scarlet actually works now, Mario Odyssey is in 4K now, Bayonetta 3 is not 30 FPS anymore, Metroid Prime Remastered, this game needs a mouse update. A bunch of games here, even without a Switch 2 edition, like we do have Zelda Tears of the Kingdom Switch 2 edition here, but even without that, in general, this massive library of Switch exclusive games, they now run at drastically better settings. They're now, I'm hearing things that Arkham City on Nintendo Switch is now running close to 60 FPS. A lot of these games got free updates. Really, all they have to do is bump the resolution a bit and maybe unlock the frame rate to go up to 60 frames. Some games like Metroid Prime Remastered, we could conceivably see a 1080p or a 1440p 120 FPS update for that. And it's really exciting to me, as someone who's been a PC gamer my whole life, to hear Nintendo, jolly old Mario and Pikachu Nintendo, talking about 1440p 120 FPS and all these sort of settings that have really been things that it felt like mostly PC gamers would talk about. Nintendo has done something really remarkable here with shipping out a system that has a 120 hertz 1080p screen right there, and it's a pretty good screen for what it is. Pretty good looking LCD with HDR. It's a very exciting device, and I actually do believe that Valve is going to learn a lot from what Nintendo has done here. I think they're going to, I'm sure at Valve right now, they are tinkering with and they are learning from the Nintendo Switch 2. I am sure that that is happening at Valve headquarters right now. And they are planning out ways that they can make the next iteration of Steam Deck, the Steam Deck 2, learn lessons from what Nintendo has done with the Nintendo Switch 2. Like the detachable Joy-Cons that can be used as a mouse. Incredible idea. This helps bridge the gaps for many of those games that kind of work better on PC, games where a mouse and keyboard input, or just mouse controls in general, may have been highly beneficial, now those games have a much easier path to being playable and marketable on the Nintendo Switch too. We might get a new Mario Paint game, or Mario, the next iteration of Mario Maker. I would really hope it uses mouse controls. It would make perfect sense for it to use mouse controls. And I think that Steam will learn from this. I think the next version of Steam Deck might have detachable controls or something to this effect that would allow for mouse controls similar to the Nintendo Switch 2. And we just have to wait and see. One thing I've really found curious about the console market is how Nintendo seems to be the only console manufacturer working with Nvidia. Guys, if you don't understand it yet, in terms of AI hardware, in terms of graphical hardware, this is Nvidia's decade. This might be Nvidia's decades, if you know what I'm saying. We might see these technologies by Nvidia continue to be hugely important going forward for the next 10, 15, 20 years. It's really strange to me that both console manufacturers, Sony and Microsoft, have chosen to go with AMD GPUs, while Nintendo worked very closely with Nvidia to make a custom GPU. And that is how the Nintendo Switch is able to impress people. When you show the people the Nintendo Switch 2, they get impressed, man. Because people are not thinking that this small little tablet console is going to be able to output 4K or be able to look so good when you're playing from handheld mode. People see Mario Kart World running in handheld mode and they're like, holy smokes, this game looks amazing. This game plays amazing. Nintendo has always been a master of excellent game design. So, just to go over, why do I believe PC plus Nintendo is the way to go? Why do I believe that this is going to make you as satisfied as possible as a gamer? Nintendo, I'm not going to spend too much time on that. You guys know Nintendo. You want to play Mario and Pokemon and Zelda and all these other franchises, Donkey Kong, F-Zero GX, baby, Soul Calibur 2 with Link. If you want to play all the Kirby, if you want to play all these great first-party Nintendo games, Fire Emblem, Advance Wars, you need a Nintendo Switch 2. And you'll get the best experience from the Nintendo Switch 2. You'll be able to run these games in really good settings. You'll be able to play some of the best games ever made exclusively for this console. To me, it really feels like Nintendo is the last real console manufacturer left. Because if you look at what Sony and Microsoft are doing, they're just building glorified PCs. Like, look at this thing with these crazy magnetic Joy-Cons, man. Like, this is a device. This is something that offers utility. You can stand this thing up and use it detached. You can put it in handheld mode. You can connect it to a TV. You can mount it in your car, in your bed, on your desk somewhere. You can do so many things with the Nintendo Switch 2 on top of the game library being so good. And now having mouse functionality and eShop that actually works, game share, game chat with the camera, all of a sudden we have all these much more modern sort of PC gaming features integrated into the Nintendo Switch 2. And of course, Nintendo asks you to pay a little premium for that, but overall, I think the service they're offering, if this is something that matters to you, I think it's worth it. So, Nintendo Switch 2, that thing sells itself. I'm not going to spend too much time on it. A lot of people struggle to understand why they might benefit from PC gaming. It seems complicated to people. It seems intimidating to some people. Me, I was playing games on PC as a young kid, so I really grew up integrated into it. So a few things that really made me stick to PC gaming as a platform and kind of give up on PlayStation and Xbox. A few reasons. First of all, lack of exclusives. Or those exclusives either eventually or immediately are available on PC, are available on Steam. Steam as a platform, I love the way Steam works. Steam gives you so much versatility. You get an ability to mod your games, to organize your games the way you want to change the cover art of your games. You can use any controller you want. You can plug some old arcade stick in, and if your computer can read those inputs, you are good. You can play Street Fighter with this stick. You can use a VR headset. You can use like a flight stick. You can use a steering wheel. You can use every controller. You can use the Pro controller from Nintendo, the Xbox controller, the Sony DualSense. You can use damn near any controller that exists on PC. If there's a will, there is almost certainly a way to get things to work on PC, with very rare exceptions that probably have some type of workaround if you really put your mind to it. So the versatility, the ability to play games however you want, the ability to have access to this gigantic library of, at this point, like, what is it, millions of games available on Steam? I don't even know. It is so many games I can't even wrap my brain around it. All the platforms except Nintendo are available on Steam. All the third-party games are on Steam, and if you have the hardware for it, you will be able to run these games at higher settings, like higher level of graphical fidelity, higher frame rates. You can mod the game how you want to mod it. If you want to put people in different outfits, if you want to make the graphics of the game look different, if you want to change how the game plays possibly, all of these things are possible in PC gaming. You can emulate older games. There's just so many possibilities with PC gaming that I always try to sell it to people, but I feel like people just don't understand. Like, they don't understand the open-endedness of PC gaming and how much you get access to with PC gaming. Me, I have like 300 games on my Steam account, and these are games, many of them I was able to buy for much cheaper than I probably could have been able to buy them elsewhere. And it's a curated library that now I can download it wherever I want. I can stream it wherever I want. I can play them on off of my Steam Deck. If I'm at home, I can stream to my Steam Deck. You have this level of versatility, this vast library that you can play however you want, on whatever screen you want, of whatever resolution. PC is the whatever you want platform. PC gaming is whatever you want it to be. If you want PC gaming to just be you with a mouse and a keyboard, that's all PC gaming has to be for you. If you want to be able to play games on a sofa with a controller, you can do that with PC gaming. If you want to play on a handheld device like the Steam Deck or another one of these handheld PCs, or stream, you can do things like, you can get a controller like the 8BitDo Pro, connect it to your phone, and then stream games from your phone and play them with the controller off your phone screen. You can do all these things with PC gaming. And a lot of people, when you show them this stuff, they're like, how is this even possible? They didn't know this was a thing. And that's the thing that I find is maybe holding PC gaming back, is people are afraid and they don't realize the possibilities that are there. The only possibility that isn't there, the only possibility that is not there on PC gaming, as far as I can tell, is playing stuff like Tears of the Kingdom Switch 2 Edition or Mario Kart World, especially if you want to play these games online. Like if you want to play Smash online or Mario Kart World online or Pokemon Scarlet and actually trade with people, yeah, you're going to have to need to play these games on the Switch too. Get a Switch Online account, and then you'll get access to those things. All these other games are available on PC, but Nintendo isn't. So that's why, overall, I believe PC plus Nintendo, to me, represents the best of both worlds. It represents the best games from Nintendo, the best hardware from Nintendo now with the Nintendo Switch 2. And we have a bunch of controls. I got the GameCube controller here. You can connect third-party controllers to the Switch 2. So the Switch 2 also offers a great deal of versatility, and I commend Nintendo for that. So, to me, it's a best of both worlds situation. If you have PC plus Nintendo, you get all those great Nintendo games. You get to play your Nintendo games the way you want. On PC, you get everything else. You get all the multiplats, all the PlayStation games, all the Xbox games, older titles you can emulate, and just the massive amount of library on Steam. And, great old games, epic games, if you want to go there. There's all these possibilities on PC. The only thing you don't have is those Nintendo games. So that's why, for me, it's the best of both worlds. And that's why I'm so happy to be a PC plus Nintendo gamer. I feel like all my bases are covered. I feel like I don't have to go and, oh, I now have to buy three different consoles. No, I can just, now I bought my Switch 2, I am good for a damn long time. Maybe when there's a hardware revision, I'll get the hardware revised Switch 2 and sell my old one. But it just feels like I'm good. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to talk about it a bit. This is something I see not too many people talk about. The PC plus Nintendo Master Race. We're out here, man. We love what we're doing. We're running these games, man. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, if you have some thoughts about it, let me know down in the comments section. If you like these kind of video game discussions, like and subscribe. I'm Mike Muhammad. You guys have a great one.